My mother-in-law poisoned me at Sunday dinner to test my allergy, so my husband had her arrested for attempted murder. I was clawing at my throat, watching the edges of my vision turn black, while my mother-in-law stood over me with her hands on her hips and rolled her eyes. The sound of my own wheezing filled the dining room, a desperate, whistling noise that sounded like a broken accordion. I reached out for my husband, my fingers scrabbling against the tablecloth, dragging a crystal wine glass onto the floor where it shattered. That sound, the crash of glass, was the only thing loud enough to cut through the buzzing in my ears. Beatrice laughed. It wasn't a nervous laugh. It was a cold, satisfied chuckle. "Oh, for God's sake, Alina," she scoffed, looking down at me like I was a toddler throwing a tantrum. "Stop being so dramatic, it's just pasta." It wasn't just pasta, and she knew it. This didn't start with dinner. It started with comments, with jokes that weren't really jokes. Beatrice had a way of smiling while saying the most vicious things, always leaving herself room to deny intent. She told relatives I was fragile. She told friends I had issues with food. She told Mark I was manipulating him with fear. Slowly, she planted doubt where trust should have been. Mark grew up trained to excuse her behavior. He'd spent his life translating her sharp edges into something palatable. So when I warned him that she was escalating, he thought I was projecting anxiety. He couldn't imagine his mother deliberately harming someone. That idea shattered his understanding of her and of himself. Every meal became a silent standoff. I'd scan plates, sniff sauces, ask questions she answered with irritation. She hated that I made her feel watched. I hated that my safety depended on her honesty. And still, Mark begged me to keep the peace. He said family meant compromise. He said she'd never forgive him if I accused her outright. What I didn't realize was that she wasn't trying to be forgiven. She was trying to be proven right. She wanted evidence that my allergy was exaggerated, imaginary, or convenient, and she was willing to gamble with my life to get it. That dinner wasn't impulsive. It was planned, rehearsed, and served with a smile. I finally let my guard down for one meal, thinking the truce was real. I was wrong. And while the doctors were cutting my clothes off to save my life, Mark found the smoking gun in the kitchen trash, and that proved his mother wasn't forgetful. She was something else. Click here to watch full video.